As a way of organizing lives. And my life got reorganized recently in a temporary circumstance that keeps me away from a city that has plays they advertise about. One is called What the Constitution Means to Me, and they're like big and like, yeah, we support the Constitution. And then they have just had the Juneteenth parade. Okay. And then they have, like, you know, certain agencies that are proud and, you know, they're proclaiming how awesome they are. And, you know, also, like, they're having a parade for the baseball team, the Zookeepers, that's going past my property that I bought, that I was harassed and prevented from having a driveway and electric, and then told by the city that they were going to buy it, and then crickets, you know, they never went through with their words and proclamations that I have record of, and even the you know, a piece of paper from them saying they're going to buy it on this date and everything. So it's like, also this is the city where a guy just says, okay, there's the Winnebago again, calls the cops and says he's been told a bunch of times, and he keeps returning, and now he's refusing to leave, and it was never me, and I have like explicit proof to prove it. So the cops show up and they harass me, and I get trespassed, and I have to go out of town to go to the bank, and then like it costed me opportunity, because when I defended myself, you know, I got blackballed because it's a small town and tight-knit with the good old boy club. You know, and like, and then in a neighboring town where somebody wanted me to paint a 100 by 18-foot mural on their signs, they were like, oh, Ashboro ripped us off, and their good old boy club, we did like $30,000 worth of work to the building, and then, you know, they pushed us out, and we got nothing, and, you know, and then all of a sudden these people turned on me because I'm going to assume they saw my social media and didn't understand why I'm so vigilant and calling out, you know, departments and tax-funded agencies and entities for not doing their job. And they won't prosecute the guy. You know, I know the mayor of the other town that this stuff happened with, and I lost tens of thousands of dollars, career momentum and opportunity. And it's like, the circumstance where I'm at has kept me away from being there. And I probably would have focused on that stuff that I'm seeing a little bit more, and then probably tried to take action in some spectacle to vindicate and validate myself, because my property is right where the parade's going. You know, the production company that's saying all these things about, you know, we believe in the Constitution, but they're in bed with the people that won't press charges against the guy that wasted their time and services by, you know, harassing me and calling 911. So it's like, I just have to go with the flow. But it's a really crappy circumstance that I have anxiety of returning to this town, and that just for my social media browsing, I see all these things that are hypocritical and BS. And it's like, you know, there was something like people were complaining about this city and some of their personnel, and, you know, like lots of people like commenting on their Facebook, and, you know, of course, like I add to that with my personal experiences, and then, you know, the city will actually answer other people but ignore me, and, you know, it's just been like, you know, like, I don't just come out of nowhere and start mouthing off and saying stuff about people. I always have record to prove that I didn't cast the first stone, and that I'm being screwed over, and that the corruption exists. But it would be really worse for me to be in that town right now. It's just a horrible thing. And I don't look forward to going back. Honestly, there's geographical reasons why I love North Carolina. And some of the people were absolute golden Americans, in contrast to the dirtbags that I've met there that work for the city and support the city and people like that. But they're in such a dishonor, so I have to just take it with a grain of salt. And in a way, I consider, you know, them lucky that I'm not there, under the circumstance that it would just be feeding me and triggering me more anxiety and bad negative energy, to see actual people that broke laws bragging hypocritically and getting away with it. So that kind of sucks. Ashboro fucking sucks. It does.